We will be performing a supine stick glute bridge. So what the glute bridge trains is what's called hip extension. Hip extension is a crucial component of the golf swing that allows us to hit the ball as far as we possibly can, right? So what happens is everyone likes to train rotation, which of course is a crucial component of the golf swing as well, but if we don't have good hip extension, we're not gonna be able to put as much force in the ball as we possibly can. But what happens is because of the lifestyle we live and we spend a lot of time in flexion, we're seated a lot, it's really hard for a lot of people to get true hip extension. And if we're leaving hip extension on the table, we're also leaving yardage and essentially shots on the table. So what we're gonna be doing is setting up in our glute bridge position. So you're gonna lay on your back. It's called a hook lying position. So I'm on my back, back's flat, knees are bent, and then feet are flat on the floor. So I can pull my feet all the way in to where I can kind of roughly reach them with my hands, but then we can vary our foot position depending on what we want to train. So for now, we'll just pull those feet in nice and close to the body. I'm gonna grab the stick with a double overhand grip, and then I would just press it down onto my hips. What I'm gonna be working is that hip extension component. So I'm gonna drive my hips to the sky, but what's gonna happen, most people are gonna wanna arch their back and then drive their hips like this. But what's happening is I'm getting a lot of back arch here, my ribs are flaring out, and I'm not truly getting a lot of hip extension. So what I wanna do is I'm gonna drive that stick into my hips, back's flat like I'm doing a dead bug, feet are flat to the ground, and then I'm just gonna tuck my tailbone, so I'm gonna roll my tailbone up. That'll put my back even more flat on the ground. Tuck that tailbone and then just keep driving up into the stick, keep rolling up, keep those ribs down, core is nice and tight, and then I will just roll back down. So I don't want to just flop down, and I don't want to come down with my back arched, right? So as I roll up, I also want to roll down. So my tailbone is the first thing to leave the ground, and it's the last thing to come back to the ground. So you have a couple different options for training this here. You can press down, tuck, stay flat, drive up, drive through those hips, squeeze those glutes, and you can do iso hold, so you can just hold for a prescribed amount of time. You can hold for breaths, just really work on to create as much hip extension, squeeze those glutes as much as you can, and then you can come back down, or you can progress it into going for reps, where everything else is the same, back's flat, core is tight, roll up, extend those hips, roll back down, reset, straight back up, squeeze the glutes, come right back down for the prescribed number of reps. So again, hip extension is crucial for just a good golf swing, not even just hitting it farther, but hitting with more accuracy. The more hip extension we can create under good force and stability, the better we're gonna be able to play, the lower the score we're gonna be able to shoot. So train that hip extension, do your iso holds, do it for reps, whatever your program calls for. The better those hips work, the better your scores are gonna be. Give it a shot, let us know what you think.